Good morning. I'm here today with Grace Neville, the founder of Out and Back, the app that brings the University of Denver students to the outdoors. As a 20-year-old sophomore student, Grace started this app to give students more resources to enjoy the mountain activities around them. Grace, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me, George. I'm so excited to be talking to you.
Yes, likewise. So, tell me a little bit about your app.
Out and Back is an app exclusive to students from the University of Denver. Our motto is take you out, bring you back, and make memories all in between. Users verify their student status by sending in a photo of their current school ID, and then they have access to all these different resources that their classmates are willing to offer them. So there's quite a few different features in the app that help students try different outdoor activities. So we've got ride sharing and equipment borrowing, but we also have pages where users can recommend their favorite trips by posting photos and tagging their friends.
Wow, Out and Back sounds like it's got a lot going on for the University of Denver students. How did you come up with the idea?
So the University of Denver and other Colorado schools have an incredible number of students who are passionate about outdoor activities, but these activities are expensive on a college budget. They're challenging to try for the first time if the student doesn't necessarily have the resources or the knowledge of how to do these things. So the students recognize that the outdoors are a huge part of a Coloradan's lifestyle, but maybe they don't have gear. Maybe they don't have a car. Maybe they don't have experience participating in a potentially dangerous activity like climbing, backpacking, skiing, snowboarding, rafting. Personally, I found it challenging when I was a freshman to get to the mountains without a car or a lot of this gear myself until I luckily made friends who happened to have cars and equipment. So when students come to DU as freshmen, they rely on on-campus clubs that have the resources, but sometimes they're deterred from these because they're expensive or they cap at a certain number of students.
I'm curious, how come you thought to use an app?
So our generation and a lot of college-age students, like myself, already spend a lot of time on our phones. According to a study performed at Baylor University, college students can spend up to 10 hours on their cell phones. Now, I recognize how off-putting this feature is, but it makes it kind of clear that students this age are more likely to use a resource that's already on their cell phones. And in turn, after they use the app and find exactly what they were looking for their next adventure, students' phones are actually going to be put away more so that they can get outside with their friends.
We're all curious because it's been so successful with the students at the University of Denver. Why do you think it's been so successful? But also, why hasn't there been an expansion yet?
We conducted interviews and produced a survey specifically for undergraduate students at the University of Denver. We talked to men and women ages 18 to 23 who all said they enjoy taking part in various outdoor activities like hiking, climbing, skiing, snowboarding, etc. A lot of students at this school recognize the benefits of being so close to the mountains, like having a school that's so close in proximity, and they want to take advantage of that. However, there's still a degree of separation being in Denver, especially since 50% of the students that I surveyed said that they don't have a car on campus. So it can be a bit harder to get wherever you're trying to go if no one in your friend group has a car. And then when it comes to expansion, we want to expand to other Colorado schools first if we think this will work well for them. But it's definitely dependent on the size of the school and different demographics in terms of that. And we have to figure out whether or not their market looks kind of similar to ours so we can tell if it's going to be successful. And we may have to kind of modify the app depending on factors like that school's proximity to the mountains and the different activities that those students enjoy in their free time. But from there, hopefully the app can expand to different groups, different communities, and users can join if you can verify your membership. But initially, we want to ensure safety for all of our students.
Can you tell me a little bit about DU students and what they said that was appealing to them initially about the app? And it seems like a super unique group of people, especially for a college-age demographic.
Over 80% of the people we surveyed said that they would or would maybe be interested in a platform that would connect them with other students to go on trips with. And then 94% said that they would or would maybe be interested in renting or borrowing gear from other students. So these statistics were really positive from our point of view, and they showed us in the surveys that they wanted to get outside with new people. They were willing to jump in a car with someone who's already heading to the mountains. They were ready for something like this to become available to them, and we were really excited to see that.
Why is this group of people struggling to get outdoors if location is such a pull for students who attend your university?
So we're being challenged with a generation who says, we don't have the time, we don't have the money, we want to get outside and enjoy our surroundings, but we don't necessarily have the resources, or it's too hard. They're really used to, instant gratification, and they don't think that other students who they've never met before want to help out. They're not recognizing how likely it is that their peers have felt the same way that they are right now at some point or another in their college experience.
It sounds like you had the perfect market waiting there for you. Did you face any challenges initially when rolling out the app?
We had to take COVID-19 into account because some students aren't comfortable with the idea of meeting new people, even though they would likely be engaging in activities that are outside. They may be in a car together for extended periods of time. They want to know if it's okay to ask when the last time someone was tested or if they're vaccinated. Also, in regards to gear, many students wanted to know if there was a way to sanitize equipment before and after use.
I can really hear the passion in your voice. Why did you choose DU, and why do other students choose this university?
So a lot of students choose the University of Denver for the size. It's pretty manageable. We love the campus, but we also love all the resources that the city of Denver has to offer. But in addition to that, it's pretty close to the mountains, right? Students at our school feel very drawn to get outside and get into the mountains. So you've got your typical DU student. She's a freshman. She's outdoorsy, and all of her friends who love to hike and ski, they want to get outside, right? They want to enjoy everything Colorado and their school has to offer. But this girl is afraid of getting left behind because maybe she doesn't have a backpack or climbing gear or a car, right? But she's wanting to be social with her new friends outdoors, and she's wanting to make new friends who already have the resources and equipment maybe.
In your research, did the students teach you anything? Were there things you didn't expect or needs you hadn't recognized?
We learned in our research, and by initially rolling out the application, that students were really keen on the idea that this is a more environmentally conscious way of getting outside. So by sharing rides with people and not buying new products for REI, but rather opting for borrowed gear was the way to go for many students. However, we also learned that the concern for safety was a very real thing. So having the option to use the app simply to learn about cool places to visit, or learn who your mutual friends are by seeing who your friends are going on trips with, was a big pull for these kinds of users.
I appreciate you being here and all your passions, and I hope your business continues to grow.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.